Hey you guys! So happy fall almost. It's getting closer, it's pretty exciting. And I'm so excited about this pumpkin pie. I think I'm gonna definitely take it to my mom's house for Thanksgiving and put something fun in each little pie box. And I used this ribbon on each one from American Crafts, which I got at Archivers. I just cut them up into each individual little rows. But I'm gonna show you how you can also make it work if you don't have this ribbon or you don't feel like trying to find it. And I also had a lot of fun looking for this Harvest Gathering stack from DCWV. I saw somebody had it on YouTube from Joann Fabrics, which is the only place I think you can get it. And I've been stalking my Joann Fabrics for like a couple weeks now, and they finally got it in, so that was a lot of fun to work with. I like the colors. Of course, it all coordinates. Some of it is glittery, some of it is foiled. So of course, just like always, it's super fun. And I also used my AC cardstock earth tones with that. There's also an autumn collection, but the earth tones is very similar, so they both worked. And also, today was the first time I ever used a Big Shot for embossing. This is by Sizzix. It's called the Big Shot. And some of you guys already have one of these. I know there's like fancier versions of it too that you have, but this is just the standard one for die cutting and embossing. Up until now, I've always used a Cuttlebug for all of my embossing on paper, but today I was like blown away by how awesome this is, because you don't have to hold it down when you crank the crank thing, and it's also like super easy to crank it. You could just like barely touch it and crank it instead of like really holding it down to do it. So it's a lot of fun to work with, and I'm looking forward to using that some more. So one more thing is just that, the lantern I think would be so fun to also do for a totally different theme. Like you could make it for Christmas or for Halloween in black, and I'm also including a plain lantern so that you could take any shape and you could just glue it right onto the vellum, or you could weld it inside. So you could do a jack-o'-lantern in there, or maybe for a wedding you could make it in white or something like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun to play with that. So I'll show you how to put that together. Let's sit down. Okay, so here's the matchbox. And it's got the cute leaves and everything on it, which I'm not going to show you guys how to do. I'm just going to show you the two main parts of the box. Now this printed pattern part is this outside part, and then this orange part is the slide out box that goes inside of it. So first I'm going to take glue and put it along this tab, then I'm going to fold it around and glue it here. So I held that together while it dries, and it's pretty simple. Next I'm going to take this box part and I'm going to put glue on each of these small little tabs, and I'm going to fold them in place and glue them here. So here's what it looks like. Now I'm going to put glue on the inside of each of these 4 tabs, and then I'm going to fold them over like that. So here's the final tab. I'm gluing that in place, and the reason that I did it like this is just to make it more sturdy. That way it really holds its rectangular shape really well, and it will slide in and out of the other part really easily without losing its shape. So now that's ready to get filled up with some goodies, and you can go ahead and embellish it with the other parts like the leaf and some buttons, and I really like this raffia, the way that that looks on there. So here's my cute little piece of pie, and it opens up like this. This is the top, obviously, this is the bottom, and inside there's a liner on both of them that covers up some little tabs and stuff. So this is my top of my pie here, this is the crust, this is the bottom, and then these are the 2 liners. Okay, so on the side of the top of my box I did some cool embossing, and I like this embossing folder here because it just kind of fits perfectly. It's a little strip. This one's by Cuttlebug and it's called Just My Type. And I'm just going to put the paper in the center, and then just stick this in here, and then I just crank it through. And it comes out the other side with the cool design on it. So that's a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other one. So here are my 2 embossed pieces, and it adds a really nice touch to the paper. And as you can see, one of them has only 1 tab on the side and the other one has 2 tabs on the side. So I'm going to glue these together like this. I'm going to put glue on this tab and glue it together. So you can see the pie starting to take shape here. So next I'm going to put glue on these 2 tabs here, and this is going to go in the back, the crust is. But as you can see, the crust also folds around the edge. So when I put that in place, I'm going to put glue here, but I'm also going to put around the corner a thin line here too. And on this side, glue here and also a thin line around the corner. So there's my crust glued in place on the back. And now I'm just going to put glue on all of these little triangles and on these tabs. And I'm going to be careful to get it all the way to the point. And then I'm going to take this piece and glue it right on front. So here's the top of my box. Now I just need to put a very thin line of glue along the top here and put this cute little crust piece in place. So here's the top of my cute box, and as I showed you before, I used this really cool American Crafts ribbon, which I got at Archivers, but you could also just take some plain ribbon and a cute little button or something and just put it right in the middle like that. So the bottom of the box is almost exactly the same as the top, except it doesn't have the crust that comes over the side. So just put that together the same exact way. And then both the top and the bottom have this liner inside, which I glued inside already, but you just take it and you cover up those funky looking triangles and tabs and glue that right in there. So here are all the pieces for my lantern, and I've got the lantern body obviously, and then the little accents that go on the lantern, and then the vellum. So the first thing I'm going to do is flip these over, and I'm going to glue the vellum inside. Then I'm going to put the lantern together, and then I'm going to put the accents on the lantern. So here's the front of one of my lantern pieces. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to take my vellum, I'm going to put glue on here, and I'm just going to glue the vellum on the inside. So I put a thin line of glue around the outside of the lantern, but I also put it on the inside just to make it even more sturdy. So I'll just take my vellum and put it on there and hold it while it dries. So here are the two pieces of my lantern, and I'm going to start with the simpler one. First, I'm going to glue it together by putting some glue here, and then folding it and holding it while it dries. So there's how it looks after. Now I'm going to set that aside and take my more complicated piece here, and this actually goes around like this. So I'm going to take this and put glue here, here, and here, and here, all on these whole tabs. And then I'm going to fold it around and hold it while it dries. So here's how that looks. And next, I'm going to take this top part and put some glue here, here, and here, and just fold that over. So my lantern is starting to come together here. I've got both halves of it, and you can kind of see exactly where each tab is going to go. So I'm going to start on this side, either side, just start on one side, put glue on 1 or 2 or 3 tabs at a time, and just work your way around, holding each tab as it dries closed, and then adding more glue all the way around till you get to the other side. So as you can see, I'm almost done here. I've got 1 tab left, and I just want to emphasize again how important it is to hold each tab as it dries, because if it's still wet when you try to move on, it's going to slip around. So finish it off by putting glue here, and then I'm going to fold each of these in and put glue on each of these tabs, and then I'm going to put the bottom on. So here's my finished lantern almost, and obviously here's where the accent pieces go. And then for the wire, it's optional, you could just leave it as it is, but you know, I don't even know what gauge this wire is, I just had it in my stash, but just kind of eyeball it and see about how long you want your handle to be, and then cut off with a little bit extra. And to make it nice and smooth, I'm just gonna like squeeze it between my fingers while I curve it around. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's actually kind of cute if it's not perfect. So I'm just gonna take my wire and feed it through the hole in the side. And then on the inside, I'm gonna bend it in 2 places. And here's what I'm gonna do on the inside. Just bend it once and bend it again. So it's gonna be like that on the inside. And then your finished lantern will be like that. So these are the little LED tea lights that I got at Michael's to put inside. I got them $2 a piece, or a box of like 8 of them for, you know, less per light. So obviously you do not want to put a real candle in there, so just get yourself a cute little LED tea light for your lantern. So 2 more quick tips about these other items. For this sunflower, I just took each petal and I just pinched it in half a little bit. I didn't really crease it, I just pinched it gently in half. And that gives it a nice realistic 3-dimensional look. And then for this oak leaf, I took a pen actually, and I just curved each little part of it like up, and then some of them are curved away, and that just adds a little bit more dimension and makes it look more realistic. So that was a lot of fun to do, and thanks for watching, and I hope you have fun making these projects.